you need status to become better known so you can get more clients. Like everyone here, we all know that. Everyone watching this, you're like, how do I become better known? How can I get visibility? There's nothing wrong with that. But in my mind, I was so ingrained by like the stuff we see where it's like the only way to get status to me was, okay, do I need to get a nice car? Do I need to be having like, have a podcast where I have fancy stuff behind me? Do I need to like go travel a ton, right? That's what I thought I needed to get status. Or do I need to show off my apartment and like show where I'm living and be like, look at this, and look at my amazing wife. Well, I still show off my wife like that. Come on, let's be wrong. I'm always gonna do that. Like,
Love it.
You
I
better
love it,
believe.
bro.
I'm just like,
I
are
love
you
it.
kidding me? You think I'm not gonna hype up?
But she doesn't have an OnlyFans. It's
Yeah,
like
no
I've made it because she's got an Only. Yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly. So I've got that, but I realized, and after doing some like talking and like figuring out, so okay, the way I can get status is I need to do good work and I need to get good at sharing it. And so now when I talk to my students or like guys who have agencies or have businesses, like the two things you wake up and do every single day is, or ask yourself is, hey, how can I do good work for my clients? And then how can I get creative at sharing the work I'm doing? And so that's my strategy. And a lot of people in this industry are really good at doing good work. I know guys that are way better at doing the stuff I do than me, but they're not good at sharing it to the public and getting people's eyes on it. And I know a lot of people are really good at sharing sharing stuff and getting attention and getting awareness. They're not good at doing good work. And so it potentially bites them later on when clients start getting mad and they don't get results. And so it's this balance. And I think, of course, the most important one is probably doing good work. Like I always ask people, I'm like, which would you rather be good at? But also there's a conversation of you can also get really good at sharing and like being the face and outsource stuff. So sure, but whatever. But you need both. Like you need to have both to an extent. And so, yeah, my strategy to gain status now is just doing those two things. And there's a verse that I'll look it up later. I always tell people I don't know a verse. I'm like, I'm going to look it up later and I'm going to read it. But it's a verse on like how you should like honor your employers. Or I think Paul is talking, might be in Romans, where he's talking to like the slaves then. And he's like, hey, respect your employers, show them love, not because they're your employers, because like for Christ's sake, and same to the employers, treat your employees well for Christ, right? And so I had that epiphany last year when I realized I was like, dang, like I would get a client and I was so focused on getting the next one and I wouldn't serve the one I currently had right then and there. And I was like, I'm not dishonoring this client, I'm dishonoring God. And then I'd sit there and wonder, why am I not getting more clients? And then God convicted me again, which is great. I always tell the conviction and always lifts you up, doesn't knock you down. That's condemnation. But I had another conviction where God's like, remember that verse where it say like, those who are trusted little, if you trust with much. He's like, I've tried to trust you with little, and I've even trusted you with a lot, and you continue to show me that you don't honor those clients. You aren't tithing the money you get from them. So why would I give you more clients? And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I'm over here praying for something that I don't even deserve to receive yet. Right? So like those prayers, yeah, God's hearing them, and I know He wants the best for me. But the best for me in that moment was learning how to do good work for my clients. And that's what He was teaching me then. So He was blessing me. He was giving to me. It just didn't show up in the way I wanted it to, which was Stripe invoices. But it paid off in Stripe invoices later once I got it. And so that's how I get status. That's how I teach people to do it. Just, hey, do good work, get good at sharing it. That's it.
No, that's good. That's one thing you're great about. Like if you go into NHB Plus, NHB on Facebook, which is amazing community, the best Facebook group for internet marketing content, I would say by far. And a lot of people are shouting you out. So one thing, my coach has mentioned, like, bro, you are sitting on so many testimonies. You're sitting on so much work. Why aren't you sharing that? And for me, part of it, just to be quite frank, it's like, man, how do I navigate? So I want to get real tactical. I just helped a client. He messages me a week ago. He's like, we had our first 50K month MRR. And so like, I know in my mind, but I'm like, how do I share this? So real tactical client messages Josh and say, hey, Josh, first time ever, we had a 50K month. How are you on a consistent basis, or how would you post that to demonstrate your authority? What would you say?
Yeah. So, I mean, what I've found is like, I'll just post it. I don't know. Like I've realized like, I don't ask people to give me testimonials anymore. now that like they see other people doing it, I think they just are like, oh, I see other people doing it, so they'll just do it. It's kind of like a snowball effect, because it also plays into like people want to share that they also were on that call, or they want to feel like they're included in something. I haven't really figured out the deep psychology of it, but think about it. It's like when I joined SMMA courses back in the day, like I was always just looking forward to be able to go in a Facebook group and share I closed a client. Like there's just I think it comes back to status as well, and like saying like your results and having like the guru shout you out. There's just recognition. It's probably it, recognition. So now people will just do it. I don't ask for them. And I'm like, I also realize that people would just like share them if I'm doing good enough work. They'll want to. So it's a challenge to myself. But I try, like when you share testimonials, the mistake I see a lot of people make is they try to like flex or always turn it into a call to action. Like if you go to your email right now and you look at like all the gurus and what they're sending you, it's like a case study, and there's always that they always ask you for money at the end of it. And so I don't ask people for anything at the end of my testimonials. Good. And sometimes though, I will say like, P.S. We've got some spots left for this thing, right? Little thing. And I don't say, just like I kind of let them know that it exists. And that's when that's the furthest I'll go, right? But a lot of them I won't have anything like that. And so like I believe that if you have a good enough product or service, it'll sell itself. And so one way to test that is, hey, if you share a testimonial, like will it get people to reach out to you? And the way you get more people to reach out to you is by getting like better testimonials. The only way to get better testimonials is doing good work. And so it all just comes back to that in the end. So yeah, that's one thing I do. It's just like, I always tell people, take a subtle flex. You don't ask for anything. Throw it out there like, oh, no big deal. You know, just sharing this. Love this client. They're awesome to work with. Peace out. And just leave it there. And people are like, wait, you don't have anything selling it? What? I want that. And then they come to you. Then when they come to you, you can just send them a link. You don't have to like convert them or try to like push them into it. They just come right into the product.